Building a business is a brutal, isolating process. If you go in expecting a smooth ride where every idea is immediately celebrated, the reality of the market will crush you. Founders often try to perfectly construct a flawless company from day one. In reality, the friction of the business must forge the person behind it. You don't build the business, you let the business build you. This transformation requires 5 specific rules: sincerity, thunder, focus, honesty, and endurance. These steps strip an untested idea down to its most functional, actionable state. Adopting this severe mindset early acts as a structural stress test. You identify fatal flaws in your logic and your product before you spend a single dollar building something that people don't actually want. Step 1 is sincerity. Many founders follow their personal passion, while blindly assuming the market will share that enthusiasm. You have to test that assumption immediately. Get out and talk to your potential customers. Have real, unscripted conversations to see if the problem you want to solve is actually a problem they are willing to pay to fix. You are looking for a specific intersection. On one side, what you love building. On the other, what people love using. When you pitch, watch their faces. If their eyes light up, you've found that critical overlap. That is where a viable business lives. If you don't see that reaction, your passion is just a hobby. You have to drop your ego, scrap the idea, and pivot to a different product immediately. Once you validate the idea, you apply Rule 2, thunder. Thunder doesn't wait for perfect conditions to strike. In product development, this means building the smallest usable version of your idea, the minimum viable product, or MVP. The goal is relentless speed. Launch the prototype, watch closely to see what works, adapt the product based on real-world use, and immediately launch again. Look at the difference in approaches. The perfectionist polishes their code in secret, terrified of releasing anything flawed. Meanwhile, the fast shipper puts a basic, crude prototype out into a busy market on day one. The perfectionist pays a high price for their fear. While they are busy tweaking minor design elements in isolation, the fast shipper is active in the market, learning exactly what the customer actually values. In a startup, a good product is more valuable than a perfect one. A product that is good gives you the ability to strike the market today and gather the real data you need to survive tomorrow. Rule 3 is focus. Life is harsh, and your customer deals with a multitude of daily frictions. Your job is to identify exactly one of those cold, hard problems and commit to solving it completely. As you build, the temptation to add extra features will be constant. These shiny side quests and minor upgrades destroy early-stage companies far faster than direct competition ever does. Filter your own ideas. Before adding a new bell or whistle, run it through a strict test. Does this feature directly solve the core problem? If no, cut it. Strip away every secondary distraction until only the primary solution remains. This requires you to fall in love with the problem itself, rather than your specific solution. Solutions will change, but a deep understanding of the problem keeps your focus sharp and your product lean. Rule 4 turns that same critical focus inward. Truth is the primary oxygen inside a growing company. You must build a culture with zero politics and zero ego. When someone makes a mistake, they speak directly and respectfully to the team. Delivering bad news today is always cheaper than dealing with hidden disasters 6 months from now. Rule 5 addresses your physical limits. Teams disintegrate when their founders reach the point of total burnout. You have to protect your energy as strictly as you protect your bank balance. That means treating your physical maintenance like a core business operation. Get full sleep, train your body, and take silent days away from the work to reset your mind. Hardship is guaranteed. While others panic when friction gets too high, your routine gives you the capacity to put your head down and keep walking. The founders who ultimately succeed aren't always the smartest, and they aren't always the best connected. They are simply the ones who possess the resilience to stay in the game after everyone else decides to quit. Look at where your idea stands now. You have validated it with real customer reactions, stripped away the bloated features, and packaged it into a lean, fast-striking prototype. The macroeconomic landscape might be harsh, but severe times create the largest market gaps. When conditions get tough, weak competitors surrender quickly, leaving the field open. Now it is time to act. Take that stripped-down prototype out of isolation and put it directly into a real user's hands today. Regardless of whether the product finds a market or fails in its first month, the process guarantees one thing: this grueling work forges a more honorable, capable founder.